You're gonna do some yoga. Get your weights. You're gonna lift some weights. Chair if you're gonna do chair exercises. Line up, walk from wall to wall, which wall you're gonna walk to, back from, crisscross. Stand up if you're just walking in place. Jump on your bikes. Start your treadmill.
Camera on.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to walk on the walk, y'all. Yeah. I like walking in the evening. Okay. Alright, I see it's 28 degrees. So, I don't think there's too much I can do because you know we walk in the basement. But, oof, I may have to open that window. Well, I have the exhaust, but it makes too much noise. Hey, y'all, hey! Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Hey, I learned this from another YouTuber. He doesn't say subscribe, he said hit the bell so you know when I'm gonna walk. That makes perfect sense to me. But, you know, sometimes too much attention is not good attention. Sometimes a little bit is all quality is enough. So thanks, my Facebook friends and my subscribers. Yes, y'all, yes. Ooh, I sprayed it a little bit thinking that I would tone it down, but it is a treadmill. And it is 1.5 years old. If you look at the video, you can see what I got, girl. Yeah. Oh, listen, let me start with this before I get to Annie Crow's back dress. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all need to stop leaving. Start leaving. This penal colony, European African government. You really got to start leaving these cults alone. I'm going to tell you what I said. Oh, Vicki, this is such a reversal. I'm trying to tell you. That is the only way that they feel they can get in touch with their Africanism. Because they are European Africans. Not this fairy tale on this penal colony. It really is. It's like they make it out to be like a wonderland when it's really a penal colony full of prisons. You know? First prisoner of war, European African rulers. Anyway, leave those folks alone. If they want to dig underneath a synagogue or some building that they think is some kind of safety stuff, let them go. They are expressing and showing some kind of loyalty and respect to the African culture. Let them be African, all right? Leave them alone. Let them dig. Let them do anything, you know. They're training a whole new generation of baby penis suckers. You just can't walk into a place and the mother hand you a newborn baby and you just start sucking on a little baby penis. That takes years of instruction. It takes years to perfect. It comes all the way from the culture in Africa. Let them people have their Africa. And maybe they'll just stop fucking with us. Get what I'm saying? The more this penal colony stop chastising and squashing these European African cultures. As long as you do that, they're going to blame it on us and they're going to hate us because the Africans, they see the African on the outside. They only have that same African inside them. So the little bit of chance they get to let that African in them out, they do it. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, get off them. The hate and all that stuff that they have for us is not really for us. It is the African. Remember that one drop blood? It's that one drop blood that drives them fucking crazy. And the history that they know from Europe of the African blood. See, it's a lot, y'all, and ain't got nothing to do with us. That's, black on black crime. That's European African on European African crime. They tribes, they fight all the time. Anyway, so let these people be African, please. It makes it a lot easier on us. Let Joel Osteen, JT Jakes, and all them folks have their African. That's their culture. It's known in Africa. What do we see this, a thing they had in Africa where the biggest man, like, becomes the chief. Everybody takes these, like, big funnels and they fill it with milk. And the chief's stomach get bigger and bigger. And the one with the biggest stomach becomes the chief. Let them have their African, please. Let them have it. Let them have their chiefs and different things like that. Then maybe they'll be a little kind to us. So you see why Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes, that's how African is. If you're big, you're fat with money, you got gold, the tribe will follow you. And they'll listen to you. I realize that freedom of religion, another BS by these European Africans on this penal colony, that was code word for if you are a mixed race in Europe who is being chased down by other mixed race Europeans, you can come to this penal colony. You're not going to have this problem here. They said you can come here, you're free to be African, you're free to use your African culture here. And then they come in and they hate the African that they see on the outside. But they only have on the inside, underneath that skin. So, let's focus on something else, African Americans. Nothing that they do, their politics, their medicine, these European Africans, it is not designed to do anything to promote us or make us better. If we do get promoted or do get better, it is our own manifestation. And that leads me into our title. So, I had known about manifestation, but I didn't know the name. When I met my partner, Donna Sue, we did an introduction to theater program together. And when we were first talking, I said, oh yeah, I put this together, I didn't say produce, because I didn't know producer was the lingo. I never spoke to anybody who They said, Vicki, you putting together so-and-so? You putting together a pantomime show? Yeah. You putting together a fashion show? Yeah. Well, Dinosaur said, that's called producer. I was like, oh, that's what it called. And I went on to produce many more of my plays. So, you don't know the name of it. So I didn't understand what manifestation was, but I knew I could do it. I knew from the time of the hanging tree back in South Carolina, when I cried and walked around and said, oh, I ain't gonna make it. All this incesting, all this devil worshiping, I can't do it. And bang, walked past and saw something, counseling. I said, oh, let me check that out. And I spoke to her and I told her, and she gave me what I needed to make it through. That's what I was doing. That's why when I went back to the hanging tree, okay, so again, we get through that, and I'm at the hanging tree, and I'm like, these folks don't do nothing. They don't do nothing but fight, call each other names, talk about the devil, steal, and this is family, y'all. South Carolina, child, Charleston. I was like, oh, I'm never going to get out of here. Now, I don't know, at that time, I'm just at the hanging tree, because that's the last, Audrey was gone. Didn't have her, but I had what we shared together, which was the hanging tree and the old slave market. So, it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then, I leave the old hanging tree, and I walk and I walk and I walk and I walk and I walk. I cut through Medical University of South Carolina, go up, cut over into the old slave market. And I'm walking through there. I remember touching crates, touching walls. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Oh, y'all, only y'all know my pain. Oh, nobody knows. But, it worked. Next thing I know, I leave there, I'm walking home, and then I see this European African walking down with this uniform she had on. Uniform thing. And I said, nurse. Oh, wow. So, I just beeline right on in there. And I said, the uniform she has on, what is that? This is it's Candy Stripe. She's a volunteer. I said, I want to volunteer. Next thing you know, I was volunteering, and I was around people who were doing stuff. Though they were nurses, they was working, and they was doctors, they was cleaners, but people was moving and doing shit. And that's all I wanted. The people at the house ain't do nothing. Nothing. But wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Ain't do shit. Anyway. So, I knew what it was, but it was my little secret, because down there, if I just said, dang, I'm going to this tree and I'm like sharing my problems, my issues, and I'm getting the energy and I'm going on. They'd have beat the devil out of me to the grave. I would not be walking on this treadmill now if I went back saying some crazy shit like that to them Southern Baptist cult people. So it's always my own little secret. When it came time to go to college, yep, I saw myself there. I knew I was there. I knew but didn't know that everything that a college application requires, I met. Extracurricular activities, community bar, sung in the choir, volunteered at the Veterans Hospital. Did I say that already? So I was all prepared. Manifestation. Okay, on the second half, I'm going to get into Annie Pearl's black dress, but it ties into this manifestation. So, life changes when you focus on changing it. When you see yourself, I saw myself on that college campus because I walked across the campus of the university, the Medical University of South Carolina. So I knew the layout of a college campus. All the kids and stuff that I have worked with, tutored, something like that, they have been near to colleges and universities. Just so when they manifest, they can see an image of what they're going for. Let's take a break, y'all. Yeah! It snowed, y'all. I tell ya. Cause if I stop walking now, they cut me up until I just the news. Yeah. Come on with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah. I said come on with me. Save your toes and feet. Yeah, y'all. Ooh. Cause when you walk with me, one thing I like about these evening walks, they are quick. Whew, the walk is over, the exercise is over before you even know you started it. I don't mean to get so off topic, but it reminds me of when I used to get off work and go work out. Yeah, I like doing that. Letting that stress off. Whoo! Anyway, my bestest friend, Annie Pearl. My bestest friend. I met Annie Pearl. Now I know I'm not best friend. What I met Pat at 19. I met Annie Pearl at 21. So Annie Pearl, funniest thing ever, strongest woman I had met so far in my life. I've been looking for them, but didn't come across any. So we came close. The thing that we had in common most of all is that we wanted the best for our children. Education, any kind of talent, music, art, swimming, parks, everything. When I spoke to her and said, listen, I like to take the kids, blah, 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 blah. She was always in for it. Because she wanted her girls to have that experience. And they are successful girls to this day. Yes, college graduates, lawyers, computer specialists. That second generation, now, no disrespect, we just always call her Bay. That's Annie Pearl's mother. They left the South to come up north to make a way for her children. And her children sustained, but their children succeeded. All worth it. Much honor and respect to bear. Anyway, so Annie Pearl, she knows clothes and she knows fashions. As y'all can see, I have no idea. Not a Ku Klux Klan, honey. Fashion is not my thing. But it was Annie Pearl's. So I was like, you dress me here, you go shopping, take these bucks, or just buy it, and I'll give you the money back. And Annie Pearl started dressing me. Trust me, I did not know how to dress after Annie Pearl. And then I got Zillion, but that's a whole nother different story. Anyway, so I liked Annie Pearl because, and my friend Pat, I met first, because they were vain women. And I loved it. They thought themselves to be the... Oh, child, just as I was getting into it. Oh, these people. Anyway. So, Annie Pearl could dress, and she dressed me. She just looked at me, looked at a dress, and knew we were together. I was hot, honey. That was also in my disco days. Annie Pearl had me going out there looking, whoo, whoo, better than Superfly. So, I remember talking one day, and Annie Pearl says, I gotta go buy this black dress. No. She said, Vicki, come upstairs. I bought some black dresses. I want you, to put them on and show them for you. I loved it. I loved it. She could model dresses and clothes to me all she wanted to because she was the shits and I'm the shits and I can say what I want to. It ain't no fake and phony. When I said, Annie Pearl, you look good, she said, I know. I like it. When I said to my sister, and I said, oh, y'all look good. Do you think I do? What are you trying to say? What do you mean? Annie Pearl and Pat, oh yeah, honey. They throw their head, yeah. Of course, they expect me to say they're the shit they think they are. And they are. Anyway, so I go upstairs and she has these black dresses. She can't keep all of them. That's what she thought she needed, Shoppers Anonymous. And now they have one, isn't that something? And she knew she'd have to take them back. But all the dresses were so nice. Even when I see the pictures of Annie Pearl and her kids now, they are dressed. Just some people just know fashion. That was Annie Pearl. If things had been different, and these low-life, no-count European Africans wasn't so busy stepping on us so they could say, well, we unicorns have, and that's why we're unicorns. Black people, they don't have nothing. No, they're just keeping it away from us. Yeah. Anyway, so she would have been a fashion marvel. She just had that eye. That eye. I used to see her sometimes like, Annie Pearl, you could have your own fashion house. That's just how much she knew. Like innate within her. She knew. Bay knew too. That's where she got it from anyway. So, she puts on the black dresses. And I'm like, wow. Those are pretty. And she always modeled. She loved modeling. She'd spin around, turn it, push her hip out. She loved it. And I would sit there and laugh. We would talk. Just really good times. So, years go by. Oh, no, I asked her. When I go up there that time, the first time she was dressed, I said, hey, what do you need a black dress for? She said, my cousin, they said my cousin died. So I said, oh, my condolences. Sorry to hear that. So years go by, a lot of stuff happens in between, and I call Annie Pearl, and we just talking, and she said, I went shopping for a black dress. I said, a black dress? Did you just like buy a black dress last year? What are you talking about? She said, yeah, it's for my cousin. My cousin's dying. I said, oh. I said, oh. I said, the same cousin? She said, yeah. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm thinking to myself, it's been like a year and a half, they're not dead yet. Maybe they're going to live. So, time goes by. I wound up, me and my daughter, moving in with Annie Pearl. And she and I sitting down talking, honey, I was a reception at the number 2 shirt manufacturing company in New York. Annie Pearl dressed me like a model every time I walked out the projects. I did have a little problem with that. But I walked out of there like a model, honey. I woke up, got my makeup on, had my dresses snatched. Oh, I understood why they hired me. It was very pretty. Damn near beautiful. Anyway, so I asked Annie Pearl, again I'm talking to Annie Pearl. And she said, girl, I just came back from buying this black dress. So now I'm in my head, I'm saying, okay. I said, but I thought you had the black dresses from before. She said, oh yeah, but he didn't die. So, okay. Going on. And then time goes by. And I say, hey, Annie Pearl, what happened to your cousin that was gonna die? She said, girl, that y'all get what I'm saying, y'all was hooked on crack. And everybody kept saying, he's going to die, going to die, going to die. And eventually he did. Because of manifestation. You got to be careful how you use your manifestation. It works for you. That's why get your heads, get away from these European Africans. They're not going to do anything to help you. Your vote ain't shit. It don't turn nothing. I've been voting since I was 19 to not wind up to be old and like Wanda finna eat dog food. And guess what? I'm old like Wanda finna eat dog food. I didn't do nothing. The only difference is Wanda didn't have a $500 doctor bill. Okay? Alright? And $200 in medication. She didn't have that. She was better off than me. So my voting didn't do anything. It didn't change anything. Not for me. For European Africans, yes. But they're never going to do anything to help us. They're too busy trying to say, I'm not black. I'm not black. Just look at that. That's all those hangings, all the pulling out the cars and blowing off the heads, all that stuff. The African Americans. It was just so these European Americans could say, we ain't got no black in us. But all are African. And especially when they say, I'll go back to the American Revolution. Guess what? There were millions of mixed race children on this penal colony by then. They used to call it passing. They don't want to acknowledge the African in them, or this society won't let them, because the African is the villain on this penal colony. African Americans, let's take our energy and let's use it for something else. Like what we want out of this life. You're not a sinner. You're not born sinner. No. See what you want. See what you want. Start using your energy much more wisely and stop getting upset and depressed. Oh, they're going to fire me off my job because I'm yes, they are. But you will survive. They imprisoned your ancestors for 600 years, and yet here you are. So trust me, it ain't the end of the world. Move on. Stop putting our energy towards these European Africans. They don't like us. They're incapable. The ones that like us, they say, oh yeah, I know I'm African. I know there's African in me. Oh yeah, I ain't got no problem. Those are the ones. That's the cousins. Not the ones that say, African in me. I come from the blue blood, blonde hair, green eyes. Okay, Africans got all that. What you saying? What you saying? What you talking about? What you talking about, Wills? So, let's focus on us. Instead of saying go out and buy black, how about y'all manifest? How about you manifest? I know I'm happy for the internet because I've been manifesting by black. And when I have my money and I'm on the internet, I hit my sisters up, especially my Facebook sisters. So now that I see you on Facebook, it's like you on the corner. So yeah, I will buy from you first. Always will. Keep manifesting.